Hi, I'm Dorina and I'm back with another CDBIA Member Spotlight. I am here today with Jackie and TJ Thornberry from Thornberry Custom Builders. TJ, Jackie, how long has Thornberry Custom Builders been in business?
Well, I've been on my own since 2004, and then Jackie came in later on. But I originally started in the construction industry through my father, who owned a plumbing company locally, built it up to one of the biggest plumbing companies in Southwest Florida. When I went off to school, I needed a part-time job, so wanted to be outside, and I knew construction, so I started working for a custom home builder and started out as a helper, getting to know other trades and learning other aspects of the business besides plumbing. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And then I continued that with another custom home builder after school. I worked my way up to foreman, eventually estimating, managing. And then I moved home in 2004 and started completely on my own. And here we are today.
Jackie, what makes Thornberry Custom Builders different?
Well, we're a true custom home builder. And so, what we mean by that is customers come to us with their ideas, thoughts on what they're looking to do. And we take that and just design the house from scratch and build it on their lot. So, it's a little bit different than some custom home builders that, okay, you can pick one of their plans and they'll move around a wall, or you can have this bathroom be different, things like that. We're starting from a white sheet of paper and building the house exactly the way they want it with the finishes that they want in it. We're also extremely customer focused. So our process is very personalized. There's a lot of hand holding. There's a lot of constant communication with the customers. And we just try to make it a really intimate and close experience for them. And a lot of times, by the time we're done with the process, we've become friends with the people. So,
Yeah, and our goal is to make sure that relationship is intact, just as important as the quality and them falling in love with their home.
Where do you build and do you have a specific specialty?
We don't have a specific geographical area that we limit ourselves to. We try to use more of a rule of thumb of, within an hour, 45 minutes to an hour in every direction from our home base here in Punta Gorda. And that's mainly because obviously you get inefficiencies and travel time and things like that. And also you end up stretching your subs and suppliers where we like to think of our subs as an extension of our team. And so most of these relationships I've had for 15 plus years, and we use them for a reason because they have the same philosophy as we do on quality and follow up and be there, to make sure things are taken care of on a timely basis and things like that. So with that, I mean, all over Charlotte County, of course, a little bit in southern Sarasota, northern Lee. But that's kind of how we look at every project as it makes sense because again, that's something that we don't want to get too outside of our reach where we have the influence and the sub relationships.
and with the level of attention to detail that goes into these homes, we don't want to be in a situation where we can't give the proper amount of service to the house because it's too far away. So that's very, very important to us. We don't have a specific specialty, so to speak, other than high quality custom homes. So we will build whatever style, whatever vernacular that the customer wants, and we just make it happen.
Yeah, we kind of chuckle sometimes when people call or that first initial discussion of, well, what's your standard this or what's your standard that or what's your price per square foot? And, being custom, we don't have a standard. Our standard is what you choose. Now we can talk about trends and what most of our customers are looking for in a home. But at the end of the day, it's very, very unique to you. Sometimes people equate custom with costly or, high dollar. And that can be true, of course, to some extent. But for us, if the numbers work, that's the key. So I don't care if the house is 1,200 square feet or 12,000 square feet. If the
Gotcha.
numbers work, we're in.
TJ, Jackie, tell us about your community involvement and why you guys think that's important.
Well, where do I begin? So my father, of course, he was very involved in the community, and that was just kind of ingrained in me from the get-go. Of course, our Builders Association is, in my blood, so to speak. And then that, of course, opens the door to other things. The Charlotte County Chamber, we're heavily involved there and have been for years. Florida Home Builders Association, National Association of Home Builders. So those are all tiered memberships. Currently involved in the Freeman House, AC Freeman House renovation, which has been just a great project in conjunction with the CDBIA and the city of Punta Gorda. So why it's important is, we love our community. We're raising our family here. We're invested here. We want to see it succeed. We want to be part of that. We also want to give back to it, and in the same way and more that it's given back to us. And then I always like to say too that when you're doing business in Charlotte County, whether it's building, pharmaceutical, you name it, whatever career that you're in, when you have a stake in the community, meaning involvement, a name, a reputation, something that we've worked really, really hard to build up, you have something to lose. And so I like to tell my clients that are new to the area when they're talking, I said, we have many, many quality builders in Charlotte County. That's why we kind of mentioned that a lot of times it boils down just to the right fit. I always encourage people to take a look at really what that stake in the community that they have, because if they're very lightly invested in the community, they have, it's a lot easier to walk away from situations. And that's something we've had a lot of pride in, that we've worked really, really hard to maintain or develop and maintain a good reputation. And so we want to keep that. Mm-hmm. And so that's the other side of it. And so, yeah, it's just a great place to live, and we're just. So another aspect of our business that we're very, very proud of is the team that we've built. We're a small mom and pop custom home builder. We stay small for a reason. There's no feast or famine for us. It's just that steady line of business that we're after. But our team as well is, we have incredible project managers in the field. We have Diane in our office who does an incredible job. And we've worked really hard over the years to put in processes and roles and responsibilities to kind of have a little bit of a fail-safe, so that, depending on what project it is, we have things that each team member is responsible for. And it helps just make the process more efficient and makes our builds go smoother, the communication side of it as well. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we think of our subcontractors and suppliers as an extension of that team. And so it's not just writing a check and performing a service. We really do think of them as an extension of our family, just like our team members. And we also, like Jackie mentioned earlier, that's kind of how we look at our customers at the end. Is once you build with us, you're part of the Thornberry Custom family going forward, and we're there for you, and we just like to take that approach to every project.
Yeah, absolutely. I call us the small but mighty team.